Hello guys, today we're going to have another look at the 8680 model, and we're going to try and upgrade the body today. We've done the cab in the last video, so we'll have a look at the body. So the first thing we need to do is strip out the old electronics that we're not going to be using, and then I'm going to try and mount these two servos so that we can control the front and rear linkages on the tractor. First thing we need to do obviously is to remove the electronics. So we have our motor. We don't need a regulator. Look at that. Don't need the speed controller. And we don't need the Arduino anymore. We need to, or we're going to be using a Pro Mini, so we can remove this at Mega Chip. There we go. So the only bits we really need are the motor and the steering servo. So now we can see where we're going to mount the lifting arm servos. My plan is to mount the two servos one on top of each other like this, so that the two lever arms don't, the two servo arms don't hit each other. And then I'm going to cut away these mounting posts that are in the body here. So you can just see them there, these two holes, they're on little posts. There it is, going to cut them away. So I'm going to mount the two servos just in there in the space that's left. So our motor goes around about there, and the servos are just going to kind of be around about there. I've cut away the little mounting posts here, and I've also cut these arms off the servos. So cut them away, don't need them. I've added a little bit of plastic and screwed the two servos together so that they should be fairly tight, and that just fits in here between the motor and these little plastic mounting posts here for these things. So that seems to work alright. I just need to drill the holes for the lifting arms now and connect them all up, and it should work fine. Okay, so the two servos that are connected together are going to sit in there somewhere. So seems to be plenty of space for them. They don't seem to be in the way of the motor here, so that'll go in something like that. The two servos beside them. You might not be able to see this on the camera, but there is plenty of space for the servo arms to move in there. You can see that one moving up. So one of them moves up towards the front. That's to raise and lower the rear linkage. For the front linkage, it moves to the rear to lift it and moves forward to lower it. So I need to drill a few holes and connect the servos to the front and rear links, and then we'll be able to test them out and see if we can lift anything with these fairly small servos. To stop the links getting caught on the little toot here that would normally hold it up, I have just drilled a hole through each side of the link here and put a little bit of copper wire in to stop the links coming back down into the locked position, so they're always in the upper position. So now that the pin in here can't slide back up here, the link won't lock here anymore, so we can now just attach our servo and raise and lower our links without any trouble. I tried linking it with some fishing line, but the fishing line just stretched. I tried linking it with some wire, but the wire was getting caught on the hole that I drilled through the back here, so that wasn't very good. There was a bit too much friction there. So in the end I just got a paper clip, because that's just a hard little piece of steel wire, And to get over the friction problem, I got this little tube, and that just came from one of these cotton buds, just to cut the two ends off it. And then we had the nice little plastic cylinder there. I drilled a hole bigger in the back of the model and pushed that through, so the wire could then run on the plastic a little bit easier. Then to connect up the thing, instead of using the little bit of loose wire that I had, it was a wire like this. I thought that with the loose wire it might be able to flex a little bit more, might work a little bit better, but that didn't prove to be the case. So I just got another paper clip, because that little hard bit of steel, and I could just bend that around, and I drilled a hole through the 3-point link just there and bent the wire around. And you can't really see it on the camera there, but the wire is just bent around in a little loop behind this kind of upper bar of the 3-point link, and then that goes back to connect to this upper servo. So I'll get the servo tester and I'll show you that working. I usually lift this from the 3-point link to test it. I did that in the other videos, but I can't find the little coupling that goes from this the front coupling of the tractor to the rear coupling configuration. So unfortunately I won't be able to do that today. Maybe I'll find that or during the week, and I'll be able to do another video and show you it lifting that, if it can, because I'm not entirely sure that it will be able to. I'll have to test it. But you can see there the little servo is able to move the 3-point link anyway, so whether it'll probably be able to lift some light stuff even if it can't lift that, and obviously it'll be able to hook up to a trailer. I've left this model to one side for a while now, while I was thinking about how to connect the servo to the 3-point links, and in that time I've been thinking a lot about the front servo, and I don't think that I can come up with a solution anytime soon to connect this servo to the front link. So I think I'm going to forget about having the front link powered for the time being and work on getting this model back on the road, because I have quite a lot of models that are sitting here in pieces. So this one, at least I think I have the steering servo and most of the LEDs alright, but I still have to update the Arduino and update the radio module. So I think I have a broken one of these servos, so I'll replace that good servo that I have in there at the minute with the broken servo. So then I'll have the space in there if I ever need to, or if I'm ever ready to update that servo to connect to this some way. I'll still have that space in the model, but I'm going to continue and get this model finished and everything apart from the front link. I'm not sure if any of the Siku Control 32 models have control of the front link, which would suggest that the problem of getting a servo connected to the front link wasn't financially viable for Siku to do. So it's obviously not a simple task that we're trying to do here. So for the time being I'm going to put the front link on hold and just leave it with the rear coupling only. Obviously there's the other tractor, like the Fendt 936, that it has a front link. Maybe I'll figure something out when I get to the Fendt that I can then apply to this model. But for now I'm just going to try and get this model back together and functioning properly. So that's everything for this weekend. If you have any comments or suggestions for this build, shoot over to the forum and let me know there. I'll do my best to answer your questions if I can. And if you like the video, make sure and hit the like button and share it and all of that. That all helps the channel a lot. That's everything really, so thanks very much for watching.